Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review and a sort of comparison of the brand new Body Shop Skin Defence Multi-Protection Lotion. So this is SPF50 plus PA plus. So that's 4 pluses. Now, for those of you that have used this in the past and are wondering why I'm calling this new, if you're like me and you went to Body Shop one day and you asked for this and was told it had been discontinued so that it could be reformulated, you were like me and like, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because you know what? I absolutely loved the initial one of these. Let me just open it for you. This comes in a standard box. And I got the 60ml size, which is the largest size, which retails at £22. Then there's a 40ml one, which retails at £18. £4 difference. You're better off just getting the 60ml. Personally, I'd prefer it if they actually came out with 100ml. And it even says on here, new improved formula. The packaging, the style, the design, everything is exactly the same. I can't see any difference, and I am going by memory because I actually used up all my backups of my previous one, and then obviously had to wait a couple of months until they released a new one. So this is their reformulated version, and I'm also going to be comparing it to the previous one because, like I said, I have used it in the past. Now I'm just going to read to you off of their website what the claims are, etc., things like that. So it says, moisturize every day with our Skin Defence Multi-Protection Lotion SPF50 PA++++. 4 pluses, and I'll explain why I'm specifically mentioning the 4 pluses. This non-greasy, lightweight moisturizer also helps protect skin against daily aggressors like UVA and UVB rays and indoor and outdoor pollution. Yes, you do have pollution indoors, no matter what you may believe. Just because your windows are all shut, stuff still gets inside, otherwise how are you breathing? Made with red algae extract and vitamin C, it even helps your skin look brighter and healthier. Suitable for sensitive skin, dermatologically tested, non-comedogenic, which means it doesn't clog your pores, vegan, and that's pretty much it. And then on the back of the box there is more information on here. They say that Skin Defence High Protection in a lightweight lotion. We have blended protective ingredients with brightening red algae extract and antioxidant vitamin C to create a facial moisturizer with high level broad spectrum daily UV protection. Developed suitable for sensitive skin, this lightweight formula efficiently helps protect your skin from multiple aggressors, including indoor and outdoor pollution, while providing utmost comfort. Every day, this facial moisturizer with UV defense and multi-dimensional protection helps efficiently combat the city life aggressors. With brightening efficacy, it helps preserve healthy and radiant looking skin all year round. Now then it goes into explain what some of the things are about this product. It says UVA protection helps protect from UVA rays which reach deep within the skin and accelerate the process of skin aging. UVB protection helps protect skin from UVB rays that trigger redness and damage the skin surface, so sunburn. Pollution protection. Our lotion creates an invisible layer that helps prevent the harmful effects of indoor and outdoor pollution on skin, helping it retain its moisture and healthy luminosity. Antioxidant. Helps protect skin from daily environmental aggressors that weaken the skin's ability to remain healthy. Anti-dullness, with red algae extract and vitamin C to brighten skin for more luminous complexion. Instantly, skin feels smooth, supple and replumped with moisture. After 4 weeks, skin appears brighter, more refined and less dull. Experience this lightweight lotion that creates an invisible protective film whilst leaving skin non-greasy and moisturized all day. Apply to the face and neck, massage onto the skin every morning at the end of your daily skincare regime before applying makeup. Avoid eye area. Now, in terms of comparing it to the previous one, I don't unfortunately have the box, the ingredients and that sort of thing, so I'm just going to be going with what I can do from memory. Now first off, you're going to want to know straight off, do we think this one is better or do we think the previous one is better? The previous one was way better, you guys. Oh my god, I really wish they had not done this. There was no need for it. The last one was perfect. Now the issue that I have with this one is, number one, it is quite thick and creamy, whereas the previous one was a lightweight lotion. So even though this is described as a lotion, a multi-protection lotion, I still don't get that kind of lotion kind of texture. You know, the runny texture that sinks easily into the skin and you can smear it around all over the place, so a little bit goes a long way. It is not like that with this anymore. It is now a lot more thick and not as runny. So look, you can see it. Whereas before it would be like almost running out. Now it's got a sort of similar-ish sort of texture, but it's still not as liquidy as it previously was. Don't worry, I'm just going to rub it over my hands. And I don't like that about this, unfortunately. I really liked the way that the last one used to last me a really long time, because a little bit went such a long way because of its very thin, water-like almost kind of consistency and texture. It's also got a slightly different scent to it. Maybe it's just me. It's very difficult to try and remember a scent. But the scent, I used to really like the scent that it had in there. It was nicely scented. This one is slightly different, but not so much so that it's annoying and I hate it and it's awful. This is a great sunscreen, definitely, for people who are of brown and black complexions, because it does not leave that grey cast, that white cast, or that blue cast. It literally sinks into the skin once you've rubbed it in a little bit, and it becomes completely invisible. So in that respect, my brown girls out there, my black girls out there, you will be very happy to know that you can still use this. Another thing that I also used to do is sometimes, now I know a lot of people don't necessarily like to have SPF mixed into moisturizers. It's that whole kind of shampoo conditioner kind of argument as well. People say, you know, if you use a combination of shampoo and conditioner, it's always better to have a separate shampoo and conditioner. And the same sort of thing works with SPF as well. SPF on its own always works a lot better than when it's been diluted and watered down with something else. However, I do have to say that this one has never let me down. In the past, I used to skip on moisturizer and double this up as moisturizer and SPF, but I would also at the same time use moisturizer and then apply this on top anyway, just to get that extra hydration. Another thing that I loved about this in the past is that definitely over time I noticed that my skin became softer, it became brighter, it became more luminous, it evened out my skin tone as well. Now I'm not sure whether or not this does this too, because in terms of it being a new improved formula, I'm not 100% sure exactly what they have changed, other than slightly the scent and the texture of it, and slightly the quality of it. Now I have not used this for 4 weeks, it's not been out that long, so I can't necessarily say, oh, it's gonna work in the same kind of way. I assume it probably is, so in that respect I'm not gonna say it's absolutely awful. It's still a great product to have. It's just not as good in the way that it performs as the previous one. Now in terms of it saying PA++++, there are 4 pluses. So I'm just going to explain to you what that means. Excuse me if I'm looking down, it's just because I've got it written down in front of me. PA simply means protection grade of UVA rays, which is used to measure the SPF of a sunscreen. So there is a rating, and it starts from 1+ to 4 pluses, which is what this one is. So just normal PA+ means some UVA protection. PA++, moderate UVA protection. Then there's 3, which is high, and then this one, which is the highest, is extremely high UVA protection. So that coupled with the SPF50 means this will give you the maximum amount of protection, which is what you absolutely want and need. Now in terms of applying it to the face, I definitely have to rub it in a lot more than I normally would. I'm going to show it to you guys now. So I'm just going to kind of squeeze it on. See, normally this would have started running down my finger already, but it's really not. It's just kind of quite thick. And whereas before it would blend in a lot more quickly and a lot more easily because it had that runnier kind of texture, you don't get that with this, unfortunately. Remember, there's nothing wrong with going in heavy-handed with a product like this. See, at this point, you would be thinking, oh my god, it's not friendly for brown skins, oh my god. But as you can see, I'm blending it in. See, at this point, it would have normally already sunk into my skin, but I'm having to work really hard to blend it in. Rub, 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 rub. See, by now, it should have already sunk into the skin evenly, as it had done previously. This one definitely requires a lot more legwork to it. But here you go, and here you can see this is how it looks when it's all blended in. I would also say that it is slightly greasier than the previous one, which you can probably tell just by looking at my skin right now while it's still fresh. It doesn't look super shiny and greasy like some other ones do. And bear in mind that it's also a moisturizer at the same time. However, my skin feels slightly tacky, whereas with the previous one, I didn't get that. It left my skin feeling really soft and smooth, whereas this one, is definitely more of a cream than a lotion. Cream is a lot more thick. But here at least you can see that it works perfectly well on brown skin tones and deeper skin tones. It blends in and it's completely invisible. Yeah, it definitely does have a different scent to it. It's a similar scent, but it's not the same. And that irritates me because I actually really liked the previous one. The other one had no issues whatsoever. Alright, so, and the thing is now, even once I leave it like this, it will feel this way and continue to feel this way on my skin throughout the day. Whereas the previous one actually used to kind of sink in slightly, but it still used to give me that protection. And I know that because I had used it over a certain amount of time. I noticed that my skin had become more even, less sun damage from when I'd been out in the sun. And I was definitely using it when we had the heat wave in the UK. That was a solid 6 weeks of straight up 35+ degrees sun. And that was, I think, around the time in the winter this then got discontinued. So I've used it in the highest of the highest temperatures and my skin barely tanned, and even when it did, it was a slight even tan, meaning that it wasn't patchy or anything like that because it sunk in so beautifully. And now with this one, also applying makeup on top means that you're going to have to apply a little bit extra powder to stop any greasiness or from this moving around, which is a little bit annoying and not quite what I wanted. I don't like SPFs that are so greasy to the point where they start to affect your makeup. Anyway, so bear with me now. I'm going to go and put on some makeup and I will be back in a minute just to show you guys what it looks like once my makeup is applied on top of this. Okay, I'm back. My makeup is now complete and I can happily confirm that this does work quite nicely underneath makeup. My face does not feel any different to how it would do if I didn't have any kind of SPF on underneath. With my usual foundation and the powders that have set everything on top, it feels great. It feels as it should. So I'm going to finish off this review by not actually giving this marks out of 10, because the real reason that I did this video was more to do with the comparison with the previous one. I would still say that this is a very good product. It does exactly what it says, SPF 50, the highest levels of protection, which is what we all want because the sun is such a beautiful but dangerous object that's around us all the time. It's one of those love-hate relationships. You know, we need it, but we hate it at the same time. You know, it looks after us in many ways, but then it also destroys our bodies in many ways. So the only thing you can do to protect yourself is to use something such as this. I personally wish that they had not changed this. I don't know what the reasoning behind it being reformulated was. I don't know, maybe someone can find out by research or contacting them. I'm just too lazy, I can't bother. But it would be interesting to know why they thought that there was the need to change it. I actually personally know loads of people that use this, and a lot of them that don't necessarily have the same kind of skincare routine as I do because they're just not that way inclined. They generally just tend to use this on its own, and even they have said that, you know what, it's helped with evening out their skin tone, making their skin look brighter, making their skin feel really nice and soft as well. So it's a shame that they did do this, but it's still, I would say, a pretty good product. It's just not as great as it was previously, unfortunately. So that's it for my review. Hope you guys are wonderful and great. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you've got any comments or questions about this product, let me know below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.